So this is our digital marketing audit by Julia Moorhead, Shadrach Biggs, Maddie Franks, and Rachel Storage, and we are group number 1. We chose the firm Vans, and our competitor is DC Shoes. And we chose the geography of the United States. So for question 1, if you look at this left screenshot, you can see that Vans is getting the most traffic. They're getting 7.7 million visits to their webpage, while DC Shoes is getting 457,000 visits to their webpage. These next two screenshots shows where the traffic is coming from, either from mobile or desktop, and they're fairly similar. For DC Shoes, they're getting 1% more to mobile than for desktop. For question 2, you can see where the traffic is coming from, and this is also very similar to our competitor. So we're both getting a lot of our traffic from search, then paid, and then referral.
As far as our competitors go, DC Shoes, this is essentially their top organic keywords that drive the most traffic. Obviously, the biggest one would be the actual brand name of DC Shoes, and then the various different ones as far as men, women, and then also the skateboarding industry as well. So that's kind of what question 3 looks like. As far as question 4 goes, to kind of build off of question 3, the vast majority of those top keyword searches, being 67% of them, would be branded traffic, while the other 33% are non-branded traffic. And actually in the top 25 keywords, you'll actually only find one unbranded search term, that being just regular skateboarding shoes. The rest are DC Shoes. So we can kind of glean from this that most people who search for DC Shoes kind of know exactly what they want. They want DC Shoes.
Awesome. So we wanted to look more into how much our competitor, DC Shoes, is spending per month on paid search. And we found that they're spending about 10.4 thousand on desktop searches and 3.3 thousand on mobile searches. And then we wanted to know if DC Shoes is doing paid search using our brand name, which is Vans. And what we could find is that there's one keyword that includes our brand's name, which is Black Sabbath Vans. And we determined that they're probably not using this term to steal people who are trying to buy Vans, but more so just to describe the type of shoe. And the traffic that they're getting from the search is pretty low, close to 0%.
Great, thank you. So as you can see, yes, they are doing display advertising. They're doing mostly image display advertising with some text, and they are not doing HTML. Their most recent display ad is this Black Sabbath and DC collaboration image ad. And the landing page that it takes you to is just the DC Shoes website, where it takes you specifically though to the Black Sabbath DC collaboration and all of the products within that collaboration. And then for question 8, our wild card question, we chose to look into some trends. We looked into some demographic trends, some social media preferences, and audience interests of both Vans and DC Shoes. We found a couple of interesting little facts. You know, both audiences tend to prefer using Facebook quite a bit, but as you can see, DC Shoes consumers like using YouTube more, for example, and Vans consumers like using Twitter more, for example. A lot of their audience interests coincided, some were different. So we found, we thought that this would be really useful to both analyze our own company and our competitor, to be able to really look at the market and figure out who our core consumer is. Where do they live? What are they like? What are their demographics? What are they doing? And that way, once we understand them really well, we feel like we can target to what they need, and we can also understand, you know, how we can steal them from our competitor. So that's why we thought that looking at these trends would be useful.
Thank you for watching our presentation.